Jack really enjoys working out 7 days a week. He never misses a workout. Mary likes shopping for beauty products. She never gets her fill of it. Jim gets depressed when he feels he's putting on weight. Doesn't like to go outside. Nancy likes trying out new diets to make herself as thin as possible. Feel that you engage in these activities could be more than just wanting to look good. You feel so dissatisfied or obsessed about your appearance that in a sense it dominates your life. Stay tuned. Dr. Ted here, and welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so for a series of videos that look at encouraging positive mental health, positive relationships, and a very positive outlook on life. In this video, I'm going to talk about the obsession, you could say, with appearance, and how people could be on autopilot when it comes to their appearance, where they're just engaging in activities that, in a way, they think that they're helping their appearance, but in a way, it's kind of keeping them trapped in maybe some ideal view they have of appearance, and once they achieve that ideal self, they'll be feeling great. I'll be providing some tools later in the video that looks at how you can assess yourself with regards to appearance. But first, I'm going to provide you some examples of how you could be obsessing about your appearance and may not even really be aware of it. You like to take a lot of selfies of yourself so you can upload them to social media for everybody to give you a like. You like getting on the scale, measuring yourself throughout the day. The mirror is your best friend. You're always looking at it, looking at your body. Are you losing or gaining? You really like to look at yourself, especially with surfaces that can reflect your image. You like touching yourself, maybe seeing if you're carrying some extra fat. You like using endless amounts of makeup. Several times a week you get various skin procedures, facials. Makes you feel good. You really enjoy going. It's endless thinking, what can I wear today? What can make me look good, feel good? Lots of diets you start thinking about and doing. You take a lot of maybe unnecessary dietary supplements, thinking that makes you look better. You're always pushing yourself to extremes, even if you have pain. You can't stop. You want to look so good that you get surgery. Do you find yourself comparing yourself to those extreme examples of beauty? You're always checking social media, looking at the pictures of others, comparing yourself. You are invited to the beach but refuse to go in the water. You don't want anybody to see how you look. So since these behaviors can be very automatic, you could say, let me provide you some tools and some strategies to help you gain a better understanding between your relationship with appearance. Number one, in your culture, wherever you are in the world, what is the ideal norm, you could say, for appearance? The ideal norm for being handsome, being beautiful? How do you feel that you may not be able to look like these individuals? Number 2, what day-to-day activities could be appearance related that in a sense get you kind of fired up about appearance and looking a certain way? For example, you go to work and there's a certain person, let's say Mary, and Mary looks very good, and you're always looking. You're always kind of, wow, where's Mary, and seeing what Mary's wearing and the shape and all that, and kind of, wow, I sure wouldn't mind looking like Mary, and kind of feeling, and then maybe engaging later on, okay, at the lunch table after seeing Mary, maybe I won't eat so much because I want to kind of maybe slim down, because in my mind I want to look like Mary. Number 3, what are the images of appearance from your childhood? For example, growing up, were you too big? Were you too large, too fat? Did your parents call you out on it? Did the people at school, your friends at school, say, you're very overweight, and maybe make fun of you? Or you're too thin, you're too scrawny, and you were made fun of? Reflect back on your upbringing and the power of body shaming that maybe you experienced, that maybe still is with you today. Number 4, take note of your daily, activities, thoughts that reflect appearance. So you can be taking some notes of maybe how many times you looked at yourself in the mirror, how many times that you had thoughts of wanting to look a certain way, or kind of maybe engaging in YouTube videos, for example, in particular with these fitness influencers, you could say, that have these ideal images and ideal bodies, you could say, that, wow, I wouldn't mind looking like that and being like that. How much time and effort and energy are you putting into things? Take a note of this. So it kind of allows you to have a record that you can kind of reflect on and say, wow, I'm engaging a lot in this throughout the day. Maybe I need to take another look at this, of my relationship between appearance and myself. The idea here is to really highlight your experiences, you could say. And from highlighting those experiences, come up with some strategies, some goal setting targets that you could say to help you maybe look at things more realistic. So, looking at the triggers. And when you have triggers, something that triggers you, those thoughts that come as a result. Then to feelings. Then to actions or behaviors. So, back to our fitness influencers on YouTube. Wow, you see these people on YouTube. Wow. And then that triggers in you a sense of, well, I can't, I'm not looking like that. So that sense of feeling of insecurity, kind of feeling not good enough. And then the behavior of going to the gym and kind of working out, and maybe working out 7 days a week, which may not be good for you, and feeling always injured or overtraining. But you've got this idea in your head that you got to kind of keep on going on these obsessive diets that kind of, make you feel weak and kind of keeping you in this cycle of trying to achieve some certain look that you may or may not do. By you seeing these behaviors, these feelings, it can show to you things that are not acceptable, that you don't want to be so, you could say, dominated by these, again, these thoughts, these images, these ideal things that may or may not be possible. The important thing is to kind of, you could say, stand back, develop this mindfulness where you start to see your thoughts, your feelings could be different from the truth. For example, I'm not good enough because I don't look like a certain person. I don't have an ideal body. I'm not super fit or muscular or thin. But is that the truth? Is that really the way it is? Is that fair to say that if you don't have a certain look or appearance, you're not good enough? You don't have, you won't have friends, you won't be able to succeed. So it's very important to develop that, to really kind of stand outside yourself and to see yourself for everything, you could say, and kind of see how the mind can very much manipulate you into thinking certain things. And that can be very different from the truth, the realities of life. So, I hope that you enjoyed this video, you got something out of it, and can look at your appearance, maybe in a more, again, a different light that makes you kind of look at it a little bit, again, more kind of from different angles, that thinking to yourself, I may not have an ideal or perfect appearance like some ideal people that are praised in the society, praised in the movies, etc. But I do have a lot of other things that are quite good too. So if you enjoyed this content, please give me a thumbs up and share in the comments any kind of experiences, any kind of ideas and maybe new understandings about appearance that you have had and how you've learned from that. I really greatly appreciate that, and I can again go through these comments and say, oh wow, maybe others reading those comments can also learn. So, Dr. Ted out, and as always, wishing you great mental health wherever you are in the world, and till the next video, take care.